Hey, I'm Bill. Welcome back to Happy Vending, and today I'm once again in Wildwood, New Jersey, and I'm going to go into this retro arcade and play a really unique game. Happy Vending. So this is my friend Randy Senna, and he has been in the amusement industry for over 45 years, and he owns this retro arcade up here on the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey, Magnolia Avenue and the boardwalk, and he has a lot of neat games up here. And this is only the tip of the iceberg as far as what this guy owns. I've seen some of his other collection. He has a whole Woolworth building full of games. He owns 40 tractor trailers full of games and amusement memorabilia, and a really neat collection. And if you want to see that collection, you've got to subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is Main Street Randyland, and I'm going to put a link to it down below so you can check that out. Make sure you subscribe. And today, Randy is going to play me in this really unique game, which I assume it came from Japan because it speaks in Japanese. Randy, what can you tell me about this?
You know, I don't know a whole lot. It's made by Namco, and obviously was made in Japan, as Namco is from. But it speaks Japanese, and they therefore haven't made an English version to best of my knowledge. Probably this was sent to America as a prototype, and for whatever reason, they decided not to mass produce them. I've never seen another one.
And I've never seen one either.
It's really a very great game, and it's all written in Japanese. I mean, it says how to play in English, but how do you play? And you got to read it in Japanese. I had these red strips of vinyl, and I had written in magic marker, some English instructions, but people in their hands constantly rub it off. I have to do it in vinyl lettering on it. And this sign is not original. I put this around here because people, the wise guys, would come over and they would push that hammer and they would snap it off. It's only plastic, and they would snap it off the machine.
And this is not something easy to get parts for.
Well, you're not getting parts for it. I've never seen any information for parts on it, but I mean, this is a hammer. This is really a toy. They sell this kind of toy hammer, squeak hammers, but you got to get one that's the right size with the right mounting. I got, what are the chances of finding the right one? I bought one on Amazon one time. I thought it was big enough, but it's actually smaller. So when this is completely gone, I'll have no choice but to, replace it with a smaller one. But we make the best do we can. But I'm guessing because of people breaking it, that's why they didn't mass produce it, because it was susceptible to people's hands. And you can't enclose this. Normally, something that's susceptible, they'd enclose it in a bubble. But you can't enclose it because the nature of the game is that this is going to hit you. So how do you enclose it? You got to have that interaction. And it's a two-player game. There's one player on each side. And after the announcer speaks to you in Japanese, he'll go, the bell will ding, and you tap the button. Well, every tap of the button will rise the light bar to the top. It'll rise up a stage to the top. Whoever gets to the top first, this hammer will smack your opponent because you got there first. So it's a best 2 out of 3, so it's only going to play until somebody gets hit twice. So one person's on this side, the other person's on this side. When it goes ding, it's tap, 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 and you hope that you're faster, otherwise it's going to come down and smack you. Now, it doesn't hurt. It would be really neat if you had a championship version and you could have sharp spikes, and then, if you're not the fastest, then you're going to know it. But this is a family place, a family arcade, so we're not going to do that. We're going to have a nice little soft hammer that's not going to hurt you. But it's that humiliation that people dread. It's the competitiveness. Nobody wants to be the one hit by the hammer. So this is what it is. And I have a few special instructions on the machine on the side that it's a warning. It says no little children, no crybabies, and play at your own risk. Okay? And the machine itself has a few little warnings, like right here. You see this? It's a picture warning that if you lean in as you do it too much, you got glasses, it comes out and knock your glasses off. So if you want to stick your face right in there and the hammer comes down and hits you in the nose, I guess you got the extra experience for your coins. But you should stand up nice and play it, and you can look across the top. You know, you want to look into the player's eyes. As you can see what he's doing, and you can watch him and smack, gotcha. And then you love to watch their reaction when they do it. So the sign on top was to prevent people from breaking the hammer, and it says, "Don't touch hammer, hands off," and it's pointing, to the hammer. But you'll see the sign is broken because people don't read. They come over and they push it anyway. And one drunk came in one night and he pushed it all the way down, broke it off, and broke both sides of the sign.
There's a reason they call it Wildwood, because people here get a little wild.
Wild, simply wild, man, wild. Yeah, they do get a little wild. They also call it Childwood because you get a lot of youth come down, having a good old time. And we're not talking about 10 and 12-year-olds. We're talking about the teenagers and the young 20s, and they're wild down here, wild in Childwood. So
now Randy has this set to 75 cents, which is a really good deal because you could possibly get 3 games. It's 2 out of 3. I mean, if Randy wins 1 and I win 1, then we're going to have that playoff game. And I've only ever played this once. I don't know how many times Randy played it, so he might have one on me, but we'll see how we do here.
ボタン早押し選手権当選者募集中。ボタン早押し選手権さて1回戦だ。よーい赤の勝ち。
Second one.
続いて2回戦。よーい
Oh, now we got the playoff game here. This is the playoff. We each won 1.
続いて3回戦。よーい
Oh my God. He looked me in the eyes and he psyched me out. That was this
eye contact. The eye contact. That's what you need, right in the eyes. Right? You focus on the eyes.
So listen, if you want to play neat games like this, come to Randy's Retro Arcade here at Magnolia and the Boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. If you want to see information about games like this and the amusement industry and his collection that goes back 40, 50, 60 years of different games, subscribe to his channel on YouTube, Main Street Randy Land. I got a link down below. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, my friend. It's always a pleasure. Click that subscribe button, Main Street Randy Land. It's all one word. Can't miss it.
And as always, happy vending.